All right. So let's figure out what did I do on these vocals to make it sound so so nice and good the way it is. What's the lead the lead and the chorus section, which is this. I'm gonna try to remove everything so you guys can hear the before and the after. So all the plugins that I didn't use, I'm gonna take those out. Okay. I didn't use the de-esser either, so let me take that out so there's no confusion. And there. Okay, there's a compression here. It's a volume change, we didn't use that. So here is the raw vocal. Well, keep in mind that it's going through my mix bus chain, but we probably won't. Let me see. Oh yeah, so we might as well just take that off too, so we can hear like the true representation of what the raw version is doing.
You're doing it right. You're doing it right.
So then let's start putting them back in. All right, this is after. My bad, I forgot to take out the effect. So this is without the effect. This is with the effect.
You're doing it right.
Yeah, the effect is like way in the back and it's not doing too much. So I'm still kind of recovering from that crazy frequency bust into my ears. How did we get this vocal to sound like this? This right here is taking out 10.2K, and we have a compressor. It's doing a little bit. Mind you, this vocal is like this because it's already been compressed going in through the recording. And unfortunately, that's how I recorded it. So because of that, I didn't want to do too much compression. So I did a parallel processing with a saturation plugin, which is Exciter Ozone 8, and I added all this excitement. Then we went into our multi-band compression to kind of shape things the way we wanted. So we had 100, 1,000, and we had a 2:1, 2:1, and threshold is -25 on the 100 to 1K. So we're pulling down a lot of the lower 100 mix. Then we left the 1K up because we're gonna do that here on the second multiband compression. With 1K to 10K, we do 2:1 and do 22 dB, and we're not doing anything with the 1K below because we already did that here, 100 to 1K. Then also we're doing 10K upward with 2 to 1 too, but the threshold is minus 19. And you see that we're adding a little like a dB just to have more of the signal going through the next chain. And after we did that, we went into the studio rack doing CLA a little bit. We didn't even do nothing on the sub top. We didn't do nothing. Compression, we didn't really do nothing. We're just going through to get the sound of the CLA. And the stereo, we just turned that down all the way to minus 9.7. That's that. Then we went into 6C. C6, and we're taking out 10K and around 6K. And after that, we added a little bit of compression to bring out the attack specifically. When you see a settings like this with a attack and a release come down, that means we're trying to add the attack to the instrument that we're putting this on. So after that, we just turn it down by 10 dB. And that goes into our overall vocal bus. Oh wait, no, that's our vocal bus. Okay, yeah. So we're doing everything right here, not individual. Okay, that's cool. And that's just a de-esser right there. Taking out a bit of 6K. Okay. So this is the hook, and this is like the verse, the verse lead. So let's hear that.
I could take it to some places you ain't heard before. And if you prefer first class privacy, I'll give it on the low. Cause I love it when you're doing it right. So baby, I could be the sun, the moon, the star. Think that it'd be cool if I roll through in a benzo. Make sure situation is cool, no window. Take you on the whole show on the low, you know though.
So all that goes into our mix bus chain, which we'll be discussing that in other videos. But this is a vocal video, so we're not going to worry about that. So the effects. I'm adding a hall and a ping pong. So what am I doing on the hall chain? On the hall, I add an EQ. They're on filter at 310K. Goes into a delay, which is 60 milliseconds. Yeah, there's one thing I usually do here is I make sure the delay has a tiny differences like this. So one is 60, another one could be 65, and that will spread the delays this way. I'll make it stereo before it goes into this reverb right here. Three seconds of decay, 20 milliseconds of pre-delay, and the mix is 100%. And we're pulling out around 1.3K. And the mid, we're using like a MX EQ, taking out some mid. So lead vocal can sit right there in the center. So let's hear this reverb on its own. Okay. The next thing we had on the next thing that we have done on the vocal is ping pong delay, which is right here. So what did we do? We added an Echo Boy, 8-note, ping pong, and filter a little bit of the low chord and a little bit of the high, a little bit of feedback. Mix is 100%, and we kind of flip the phase. Then roll off 400, and we added a little bit of reverb to kind of push the delay backward in the mix. So let me play without the reverb so you can hear the difference. Now, if I had this, I'm gonna push it back. Yeah, that's the reason why when you hear this vocal, it's like right up front in the mix. The effects, they're backward, doing their thing, they're not bugging it. And that's what you want. You want your effects to be in the background, not conflicting with your vocal. So. So that's it for this vocal chain. I'm gonna run through again just in case you miss anything. Mind you, this recording had some compression going in. That's why it's like this. If your vocal doesn't have any compression, don't worry about it. Just make sure you have a good amount of compression going in. Like I did 1.6 here. You could do yours, maybe you could do 3 or 4 just to have a good amount of compression, kind of holding it down. Which that should be good. So we have 1.6 right here. We have 1.6 right here, and this chain is going through our overall vocal chain, which we're doing a parallel processing with the saturation. Let me solo the saturation so you can hear the saturation without. In fact, let me do a different style just for you to I really want you to get a good value out of this video. So let's hear the saturation. What is the saturation adding to the mix? This is the original. This is saturated channel. You hear that? All that good stuff is getting added to our original vocal. And the job of this multiband compression, is to EQ and compress. It's like a compressor with an EQ. And we're doing it in segment of 100 hertz to 1K, 1K to 10K. And we're kind of pulling down, compressing any frequency that could be jumping out. That's what that is for. Let's hear it without. You hear how everything's just jumping at like all that frequency jumping out at you. But here they held their own place and stay one place. Then we added CLA. What's the job of the CLA? The job of the CLA is to just add another extra layer of parallel processing. It's a parallel compression going on. So let me play you without and with. So you kind of give it some lift. Then the C6, I always messing that up. The C6 is doing it's pulling out those annoying ringing frequency. For your vocal, all those ringing will be different, so you have to kind of find it. Some ringing could be around, always search around 2K all the way to 10K or 11K, somewhere around there. That's where your ringing usually is at. So again, we did 6.4K and 10.5K. Then we added another compression to give us a little more attack. Let me play you without and with.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. You're doing it right. You're doing it right. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. You're doing it right. You're doing it right.
So that's it. Next video, we're going to talk about the beat, how to mix the beat to sound professional. So stay tuned. Boomin Solomon, make better sounding record.